I'm a civil engineer by bachelor's. I did my bachelor's in India. So I'm an international student. I was an international student previously, so I can easily relate myself with others. Um, and also I studied structural engineering as my specialization. Currently work for Aurecon, which is one of the most highly regarded engineering firm in Australia and also globally. Past 2.5 years or so, I've been volunteering for Engineers Australia. And yeah, today I'll be speaking about uh, yeah, communication and also how will that help for the future market or future employment of any students. It's not just international, but yeah, any of the students.
And Abdul, engineers, they don't need to have communication skills, surely. Why is that important?
It's not just you, one single person who's making things up or building it up. It's entire team. So if you don't communicate well, basically your project could end up a disaster, literally a disaster. So when someone's working on a project, engineering project, you definitely would have drainage, civil, mechanical, electrical, and geotech. So different sort of disciplines
Yep,
working together for a specific goal aim. So
yep.
if you are not able to communicate properly, you're not conveying the message right. It would be interpreted in a wrong way by others. So communication is just the best thing I would say any of the students should focus on. It could be from your casual roles, you're working as a part-time somewhere, or even just trying out speaking with others if you're locally here. But even internationally, if you're there, you still can speak with your lecturers who you're engaging with, online tutors, even try to speak around with local students. So you get that kind of conversations and you build on your communication skills. Uh,
And I just typed in the chat there because it answers a couple of questions that have been coming through. And please send your questions through. We'd love to answer them. But a great place to meet people in your industry are at meetups. And Laura asked, is there any websites or platforms recommended for community services? Go to meetup.com and Eventbrite, but also look at industry associations. And Abdul, why should young engineers looking to forge a career in engineering, why is it essential for them to look out for the industry body in engineering?
I'd definitely say if you're looking locally as Engineers Australia, the importance of that is you just get up a huge amount of your network, the building connections you can say. From there, it's not just within your discipline. You definitely would get from your disciplines as well as others. So as I said, it's a teamwork. And whenever you're working on a project, it's not just one engineer working there. So you might end up having a connection as a fire engineer, someone who's a fire engineer. They can bring you in if you're civil or electrical, whatever. So that's how the connection thing works. Um,
And,
apart
and
from that, yep, go ahead,
I was
Dom.
going to ask, and Abdul, do you manage your networks on a platform like LinkedIn? Is that important to you?
Yes, I've started like 2 years back when I was doing my master's. I started small, so um, literally, I started my LinkedIn about 2.5 years ago when I was here, like starting studying. Just went to an Engineers Australia event and then starting small. And then it's not just you have connections, you add random people, you also have to maintain them. So I normally don't add randoms. Initially, I did that, of course, that's right. You
Yeah.
find your industry people, of course. But once you start meeting up, you're going to any of the events, you get to know people from different disciplines. Doesn't really matter, engineering, civil, or mechanical. But still, you're meeting them, so you get to know them. Go reach out to them. I have a plan whenever I go to an event. I at least want to have 2 to 3 or 5, at least 5 new people.
Fantastic. Yep.
So you start 5, and how you improve on events when you're there in person, of course, or even online events doesn't really matter. You go in breakout rooms, you get to know people. So 5 per event. Think how many events you attend, and then you just bring that up.
And I've got children as well who are both at RMIT, and I tell them that they, as part of their study, they must go to at least one meetup every week, and their job is to get 3 to 5 important people to connect with. And over time, well, my son, who did that in his first year, by the time September came around, he's now got his part-time job working in his field of study, which is construction management. And I don't know anyone in construction management, so I can't help him. So that is clearly how, the best way to go out there and get your jobs. So
Definitely.
Abdul, what's happening as far as regional Victoria and regional areas with engineering? Has that become popular? Is that a place where young engineers should be looking for opportunities?
Yep. I don't want to say any of the big names, but still, most of the bigger companies, engineering companies, could be competitors or friends. You can say joint venture partners. They still do have the offices in regional area. For example, Aurecon itself, they have a Mildura office.
Yep.
Mildura is somewhere northwest corner of Victoria. I think most of the people haven't heard about it, but still the office exists there. There's still people working there. So yeah, businesses are expanding, trying to expand there. They get different incentives from the government, of course, from the business point of view, and profits. But yeah, definitely. There are many other companies who are also having their offices there already set, or they might have a side office at that place, but you're actually working with the office which is in CBD or some of the central districts.
Yep.
But still, yeah, you can tend to go on a regional side.
And and
Definitely.
for, and for those international students who are looking at education or engineering as a pathway to migration to Australia, and we hope you do, because we need all of you, smart young people, to immigrate here. By going regional, you will also end up with perhaps a few extra points towards your immigration as well. So please look out for that.
Yeah.
So so any final points, Abdul, or any tips for young engineers about, how to go out there and improve their employment opportunities in engineering?
Definitely say you've got a lot of volunteering opportunities. Uh, the topic I kept at the last, but still, when you're at a uni level, you still have that student societies, clubs, which you can be a part of. For example, at Swinburne, I'm from Swinburne, so I can talk about that. We didn't have any engineering society or club. I basically thought like, okay, I couldn't get that. So when I'm studying, I can make one. So you get that, take that step ahead and then start, you get to make a new society. And so once we started the society, it was like when I finished off last year, I had 1,000 members and about 20 odd companies reaching us every year. So that's how you get at the first step. That's basically the first step. Your professors, your tutors, they are the best connections. They can get you into the industry. People like connections through them.
Fantastic.
Mentors, another thing. If you have a casual mentor, it doesn't need to be from your discipline, but still a mentor. I would 100% recommend that.
And
Um,
actually, Study Melbourne and Career Catalyst, we're about to launch an initiative for international students to get a mentor, and you can go and register for that. We are looking for around 50 mentees to match with mentors in a pilot program, which should be starting in May. So please go and have a look at that and register your interest if that's something that you would love to participate in.